Peace. Quickly think fast. Oh, if the thing stayed on. Just a quick thought. I thought about how, some brethren and sisters in the conscious community, and especially speaking to the melanated, you know, conscious movement in essence, where a lot of times, sometimes the subject matter talks more to being a melanated human, speaks more to being, human, but more so human in a manner that may be detrimental to the full picture. See, a lot of why, we are where we are now is from not getting the full story. And some brethren and sisters, I understand, as a melanated being, you see others waking up and you want them to get the information, so you want to make sure they know thyself from a human perspective, and rightfully so, because God is everything. I'm my root chakra as well as my crown chakra. I'm this physical body as well as not this physical body, so yeah, you do want to inform people of the roots of their physical body, but then it becomes detrimental where all the focus is on just being a human from Africa, you know, and not dipping. I mean, or at least going past that and looking at Lemuria and Atlantis, But and the reason for this, in a lot of cases, I could feel a vibe from some people. They're just trying to make sure, like melanated people, been away from, the truth for so long, and what really is the truth, how I say, may seem far fetched to people because they've been in this program, this Christianity programming for so long. So the truth may seem far fetched. So I understand too that you want to present information in a manner where it's not all the way out there. Like you want to make it digestible for people, but it's a thin line between making it digestible and then kind of just giving people the smaller parts of the information, and that's it. Like just you were human from Africa, and and that's your roots, and that's it. Like no, you are a God in a human body that's been, that that's trying to become aware of itself. You know what I'm saying? And these other beings, or these things that seem like they're against you, like the racist people or negative people, they're all aspects of you that you put, that's there to make yourself stronger. Like this is a whole hologram of you, dealing with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that information, is like, and don't get touched on. I feel like, again, I am my root chakra, I am my crown chakra, and I feel like no matter of fact, and more so the interstellar gateway and higher crown chakra as well. You know what I'm saying? Connected to the cosmos. So it's also just keeping in mind of speaking of our full, the full existence, you know, from from the point of being God by itself and just having a thought to create this whole situation, and knowing that you are a melanated being by the trial and error of going through so many different elements, like one time it's carbon-based beings, and another realm is magnesium-based beings, and another realm is iron-based beings, and another you know what I'm saying, like we done trial and error all these different types of body suits. That's another reason why, again, not getting caught up solely in the bodysuit, you know what I'm saying, literally and figuratively speaking. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is just a bodysuit. Love your bodysuit, though. I love my bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? I love being protected from the sun, you know what I'm saying? I love being able to, run fast and jump high, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's not getting prideful in it to a place of you know, looking down on any of my reflections, or feeling like I'm better than any of my reflections, because as God, I am all that is, In essence, that's how things started, by getting out of place with our inner source, you know what I'm saying, from disconnecting from the source within. So just, realizing that, of course you start off getting your roots, understand, uh, the roots of your little bodysuit. Find out where the little bodysuit from, but then you realize it's deeper than that. As above, so below. This little bodysuit is a representation of, all the accumulation of all the star bodies that you're from. You know what I'm saying? So, to a certain extent, your ethnicity is more so your star family. You know what I'm saying? And again, so it's like going into the deeper aspect of our existence, not just stopping on that coon, we got to get out of slavery, this and that, because it's funny, in which we all done played that paradoxical role, because again, it's a balance of being all that is. As much as I don't like to go back into, talking about those times or bringing that up, sometimes it's relevant to the situation or certain information, it's beneficial, and only when it's beneficial when told from that perspective. But again, you were more than just some slaves. You were more than just some humans. You are the universe on a human experience. So just of course, we learn our roots. From the root to the crown. But it's the fullness of the being, you know what I'm saying? Like, you also are way more in this little human fleshy bodysuit that your soul is sitting in, or in essence imprisoned in. The hex, the 666, carbon bodysuit, the 666, in fact, a hex, six-sided, a cube has six sides. The black cube that the Muslims worship, and the fake Jewish people. And in essence, they worshiping our bodysuits indirectly. Some of them know what they're doing, some of them don't. It's just how they play the game. It's a hierarchy. With anything, how I go. You let some people know, but you can't let everybody know, because then it's no longer a secret. As far as like trying to keep a secret, with them, not explaining the fullness of the black box and what 666 stand for and all that. But just definitely want to share that, because a lot of the ignorance in essence comes from stopping at that place. Now, to each his own. All of us on different levels. Some of us are only going to do so much on this earthly plane, are only going to know so much on this earthly plane. But at the end of the day, it's getting to a point of this should be our basic knowledge and common knowledge to know the fullness of our being. You know what I'm saying? Not just to know that we've been on this planet before, because matter of fact, the word Africa comes from a Greek man, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you want to really get down to business, down to Egypt not being Egypt, of course, Kemet, and even called the Happy Valley at one time, like, it's just names. Again, you see, like, the egoic mind names identity, oh, I'm African American, or I'm African Italian, I'm part Jamaican, part Italian, part Asian, I'm part Asian, part Korean, part Hawaiian, I'm part that, and mind you that all of us been on this planet forever. So in some way, form, or fashion, like, we all been mingling with each other forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm this. I'm way over here. I'm way over here. I'm way over here. Like, nah, motherfuckers, y'all all on the same planet. Like, and again, it's just like coming to that realism. Like, 'cause some people because they want you to have so much pride in being melanated, they're not giving you the facts. And that's what I'm getting to too. Like some people over prideful in their bodysuits, and not knocking, we all different on our growth and how we wake up to information and deal with information. But I know the God within myself, I done consorted with my God within, with my ego removed enough to know what's real and what's not, you know what I'm saying? And, as much as I love my little melanated bodysuit, I would be, put like this, people are misleading you if they just focusing on your bodysuit and not more than, and not the wholeness of, when we talk about health, holistic health, like the wholeness of your health, you know what I'm saying? The word Catholic, you know what I'm saying? Even the religion, cat, holic, Catholic. The cat is all, the cat is whole, the cat made, you know what I'm saying? That Lyran energy, you know what I'm saying? Rastafari, that's all, you know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, knowing that aspect, breaking down and getting to, the deepness of your, of our existence. Not just stopping on some, and again, to each his own. If you want to stop at the Bible, stop at the Quran, stop at Europe or whatever the case may be. But just always know that you are more than just those human aspects of your existence, And again, as I'm saying, this is not to knock or not to not embrace your human aspect. Yes, we embrace it, but it's the I just see a lot of just in essence misinformation, because that's where and where it's real on some light being shit. Well, fuck what somebody talking about. Like, I'm gonna give you the real. Like, I'm down here to really help you. So I'm not down here to sound good, look good, or say what's popular or what everybody wanna fucking hear. The true ones, we not. You know what I'm saying? We may not be in popular demand. That's because we always saying some unpopular shit. Why? Because everybody else is in there. The popular mind of the egoic mind, and was floating in that collector, and again, nothing wrong with, again, we all on our growth, to each his own on how we deal with things, because I know I started my growth from a misinformed place, thinking that I had to be overly nice, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's no none of us have this perfect blueprint. Even those who you may have grew up learning about this and always around this information. There's no little one blueprint that's just we're all working it the best way we know how to work it. You know, that's another thing too. Not going against each other. Which I can only speak. But because of course you have a certain level of standing up for what what you know, in essence, and speaking on what you know. But then there is, because, and that's where it's like, nah, but there is a way for us to speak to each other and share information without debating. So like that debating vibe, to each his own on it. But it's definitely again, it's like the debating situation, to show you how much the Europeans have brainwashed melanated people. Even when melanated people, try to save themselves, they still do it in a European manner. You know what I'm saying? It's like just like the politicians. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's debate. Like, let's create more negative instead of, so like, say for instance, like how the government is like trying to help get people off of drugs. Like, instead of being pro sobriety, they like, war on drugs, man. Let's fight these drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like your mind, your thoughts is headed in the righteous place in essence. Your intentions is righteous and to an extent, but it's coming from a negative place and just creating more, negative energy in essence. because there are healthy ways for us to share information, but and remember, what we see, what's being put out there is programming our subconscious, and a lot of people neglect the science of that. Like if you're combating, say for instance, the news, and not combating it like, oh, I'm up against the news, but like if that's the energy on one side, and you bringing information of energy from another side, you want to do the same exact thing they do, but from a positive light. So you're not trying to share information in a so even though it's, say for instance, it's knowledge, this is consciousness, but if you're sharing it in a negative light, it's not really in essence helping it, if it's not doing more harm than help. you know it's like just coming out with the information, and not I forgot how I was gonna word it. But it's just a certain way where we could present information. Oh, and just back to the subconscious programming, because here it is too, and that's what shit, get real. Where it's like, all right, either you just lost like a motherfucker, you don't know or don't care. Because whenever somebody is said to be a student of the occult, it's said to really, really know the hermetic principles and know how these things work, been around the vibes of this for most of their life or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But yet you still do things in a manner that programs the subconscious in a harmful way. Then again, it's like, not saying that person doing it on purpose, but some entity or something that is not beneficial to our soul is moving within that. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Like it's like a parasitic energy. And again, if if I know, just like when I started my videos, I know that the subconscious is programmed by what you see. So since you're watching me instead of the news, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna give you some positive programming, not fake. That's a difference too. You know what I'm saying? Not fake, positive. You know what I'm saying? Like I meditate and eat good, so I'm always, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I always been a person to like laugh at life before I frown up. So, even if going through something, I'm not one to really be on the lower side of things. So, because I know a lot of people caught the vibe that, I may have been giving off this pretentious, fake vibe, in which it to a certain extent, I was trying to dial it in a little bit. I keep it real, in some videos, some vibes, but for the most part, it always been a natural, a natural vibe. And sometimes, you'll see a vibe too of just like trying to, again, the egoic mind trying to combat. Like, so here it is, it's coming from a spiritual place, but the egoic mind that took over. Because here it is, like, say, for instance, masculinity in the community. It's like, people, there's an attack on the masculinity. And matter of fact, like, it's probably in the book Art of War with, what's his name? Sun Tutsu or whatever. I forgot his name, but like like taking away the masculinity first, because that's the protector. Matter of fact, that's the protectors of the women. You know what I'm saying? So if you get at the masculinity, then who protecting? You know what I'm saying? The women. But I thought about like where it creates this combatant vibe, where some people, all right, like where it's known, we should have a strong masculinity, but it's not getting in our ego mind about it, or we like, yeah, you should be masculine to the point of being a meathead and just over masculine, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's not doing it just for the sake of being on the extreme of it and not you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, we raising up masculinity, but it's not to like, because again, getting the vibe that where, say for instance, the way I deliver information may not seem as like somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, so somebody that in essence, would perceive themselves as having a lot of masculinity, and they see the way I deliver things. It's like, oh man, that's soft for this and that, and it's like, I got masculine because another thing, masculinity is not puffing out your chest, because that's just that's just fake in general, you know. Like I think about some of the people from the hood, you know, where it's like I'll punch you in the face, I'll do this, I'll do that, and I wasn't doing none of that, and I would be, you know, quick to punch in the face in that person, you know what I'm saying? Like, where it's just over gnarled, like, you know, masculinity in the disguise of barking. You know, some of us have masculinity in the vibe of, you know, it's less in our bark and more in our bite. You know what I'm saying? To each his own on how we carry ourselves in that manner. But I definitely just wanted to, you know, speak on that. You know, High Self Source said that this video and this subject matter would be greatly appreciated and help some, sharing from that perspective. Peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrator course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now.